Families of the missing continue to wait and pray at an auditorium in Jindo for any news about their loved ones. The numbers haven't changed over the last 5 or 6 hours, so we continue to hope for the best for the families at this truly excruciating time. We're now going to connect live to our Leanne, who's at the auditorium in the coastal city there. Leanne, any developments there?
Mark, it's actually pretty hectic down here at the Jindo Auditorium. Officials from the Korea Coast Guard arrived here around 30 minutes ago and announced that air will be injected into the ferry starting at 10 a.m. So according to their announcement, air should now be injected as we speak. The parents of the victims have grown even more emotional over the announcement, already extremely frustrated with the rescue process, which have failed to rescue any victims alive. They're shouting here, asking for the specific details of the ongoing process. The Coast Guard officials are using the monitors here that shows the live video footage of the site of accident to provide the details of what they know so far. As you would expect, the relatives of the victims here are extremely emotional, and they have been taking the mic at the podium one by one to plead for a more thorough search process. About 200 family members of the victims are here and also over at the Pengmok port.
Yes, our thoughts are with the family members at this very terrible time. One can only imagine how difficult it must be for them, not knowing the fate of their loved ones. How are the relatives being looked after there by the services, and are they receiving any form of counselling?
Well, there is a special care center set up here at the gym where nurses and medical personnel are taking care of people and trying to help them get through this truly traumatic moment. The past 2 nights have been extremely hard for these families of the victims. They've been under an overwhelming amount of stress. Some even fainted yesterday as they heard news about the rising death toll. Now, earlier this morning, I saw several laying down while getting IV injections. There are about 500 volunteers on site to help out at the relief center here, including those from civic groups like the Red Cross and various welfare foundations. They are supplying families with relief supplies like food, raincoats, and blankets as well. Mark?
Well, we can hear the very highly emotional atmosphere there, Leanne. Thank you very much for your report. That was our Leanne reporting from the Jindo Indoor Auditorium, where many of the family members, very upset, family members of the 271 missing are gathered, and they're waiting for news, any news of their loved ones.